This morning, peak hour chaos for Sydney commuters after a fiery truck crash on one of the city's busiest motorways. A man stabbed by a stranger in a Gold Coast park. And war hero turned astronaut, one of the 20th century's greatest explorers, John Glenn, dead at 95.
This is 7 News with Angela Cox.
Good morning. Commuters experienced long delays on one of Sydney's major motorways today after a truck hit a concrete barrier and burst into flames. Crews were needed to repair the road damaged by the inferno. Jessica Dietrich has the details. Homicide police are at the scene of a fatal stabbing in Melbourne's southwest. They were called to the Yarra community housing property at Williamstown just before 10 a.m. A man was treated by paramedics but died at the scene. A woman is helping police with their inquiries. It's believed the pair knew each other. A 19-year-old man has been charged with the murder of a Townsville grandmother. James Marbo is accused of severely beating 59-year-old Rosemary Russo in her home yesterday before leaving her to die. He was arrested yesterday after being brought to the police station by Indigenous leaders. Authorities in the Solomon Islands are still assessing the extent of the damage from a massive earthquake. The 7.8 magnitude quake hit 130 kilometres from the capital Honiara early this morning. It triggered tsunami alerts across the Pacific, but they were cancelled several hours later. There are reports of collapsed buildings and landslides in villages on the southern side of the island closest to the quake. International aid has reached the earthquake-ravaged Indonesian province of Aceh. The death toll from Wednesday's magnitude 6.5 quake has risen to 102, with hundreds more injured. Hospitals near the epicentre are at capacity. Indonesia's government has provided 50 tonnes of aid for more than 11,000 people left displaced. Rescue crews are still pulling people alive from the rubble. Next in 7 News, disturbing details about Ben Cousins' life. A Sydney P-plater fails to navigate a corner. And imagine a world without giraffes, the world's tallest animal edging closer to extinction.
5 seconds later, this man was running for his life. Chased for 20 minutes by a farmer set on murder.
He shot an innocent man twice.
Now we can finally reveal the chilling reason that set him off. This man watched his mate get murdered for just doing his job.
The bravery he showed.
His entire story of survival, only on Sunday night at 7.
A P-plater has ended up in a rather tough spot today after crashing his car in southwest Sydney. He was driving along a street in Padstow when he came around a corner a bit too quickly. CCTV pictures from a nearby property show him slamming into the back of a parked hatchback, then flipping. The driver wasn't hurt. Next in 7 News, all the day sport with Maddie Carmichael, including an ominous warning for Australia ahead of the first test against Pakistan. And the first foal of horse racing legend Black Caviar hits the track.
Good morning. The bat David Warner uses to blast centuries for Australia could be outlawed in 2017. And the accolades just keep coming for wheelchair tennis star Dylan Alcott. The dual Rio gold medalist had the crowd in stitches at the Australian Paralympic Awards last night.
I call the Olympic Games the crappy warm-up event for the Paralympic Games. So
the fact that you won the Newcomb medal from Tennis Australia, that deserves,
it's not hard when you're going against Kyrgios, but no, just kidding. He's a good man.
Already the Paralympian of the Year, Alcott added the Male Paralympian of the Year title to his impressive resume last night. Ange, an absolute champion. Next up for Dylan, a hat-trick at the Australian Open is on the cards.
He is very impressive as an athlete, but a very funny man too.
Very funny man.
Thanks, Maddie. Next in 7's Morning News, the national weather forecast with Angie Asimus. Time to check the financial markets. The ASX is trading slightly higher this morning after strong gains across European and US markets. The Australian dollar is buying just under 75 US cents, 85 Japanese yen and $1.03 New Zealand. Let's get a check of the weather forecast now with Angie Asmus. How's the weekend looking, Angie?
And good morning. Well, it's looking a lot cooler and relatively calm for most centres as we approach the weekend, apart from WA, where temperatures are still climbing. Let's take a look outside right now with our weather wall. In Brisbane, it's hot and humid again, heading for a top of 30 degrees today. We may even see storms fire up later this afternoon. Those storms have cleared Sydney, though. It's fine today, although quite windy with those southerlies. It feels like just 15 degrees outside at the moment. Down to Melbourne, where it's quite cloudy and cool under grey skies, sitting on 13 degrees now. Partly cloudy for Adelaide today, currently 16 degrees ahead of a forecast top of 22. On the radar, we can see those storms charge across New South Wales overnight. More lightning and thunder than rain. We picked up just 10 mils at Manly. To the satellite, cool onshore winds over Victoria and Tasmania are producing showers, while a large high over South Australia is bringing settled conditions there. Checking your Saturday forecast now, mostly sunny for Brisbane, Sydney and Canberra. Cloudy conditions ahead for Melbourne. Showers forecast for Hobart, Adelaide fine and 25 degrees. Perth will climb to a scorching 37 degrees. That's the latest weather. More at 4 and 6 o'clock, Ange.
Thanks so much, Angie. And that is 7 News to Now. We'll keep you up to date throughout the day. I'm Angela Cox. Thanks for your company. Have a great day.